Hello Lakewood Ranch viewers. In today's video we're going to go over the top 5 selling communities here in Lakewood Ranch that fall between the prices of $1 million and $3 million. The other day we have put one up that was between $500 and $999. We got good traction out of that, and I appreciate all of you watching. So today's video we're going to go up just a little bit and we're going to see what these neighborhoods include and what neighborhoods here in Lakewood Ranch are going to fall within that price range. So if that's of interest, stick around. I have all the details coming right up. Hello, it's MarkBoehmig, Michael Saunders and Company. This channel, Living in Lakewood Ranch, we cover all the areas around Lakewood Ranch, from Bradenton to Sarasota and Siesta Key to Anna Maria Island. So I wanted to go over what neighborhoods are selling right now as far as a popularity price point between $1 million and $3 million. So when I run the numbers for Lakewood Ranch, and this is the area that I use for Lakewood Ranch, as you know, we have to circle Lakewood Ranch, put a border around it so that we get the true value of what is Lakewood Ranch, because some of it's listed as Bradenton, some of it's listed as Sarasota. But if we do an outline like this, we're sure to include all of the areas that are Lakewood Ranch. So when I ran those numbers, we had a total of 224 sales during the last 6 months. So what I found very interesting was the number of cash buyers that we had out of those 224 sales. We had a total of 148 people paying cash. So that's about 66% of the deals were cash. We had 72 that were mortgaged and 4 that were VA. So it's still a heavy cash market, especially in the upper price point. So when I ran these numbers, we actually had 2 that tied for 5th place, and it was quite a coincidence because one of them was Esplanade and the other one was Esplanade at Azario. So here we are pulling into the original Esplanade. Now this community was started first before they started Esplanade at Azario. When they finished out the original Esplanade, that's when they moved over to the other development. But this is still a very nice development. And I wanted you to see this particular home here because this home sold during this time frame that we ran these numbers for. And this is a home that is 3 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, is 2,850 square feet. So it is probably the Francesco model, which I think this one is. And it was on the market for a total of 17 days. It was built in 2014. And it had a list price of $1,599,000, and it ended up selling for $1,656,000. So this would be pretty typical of the original Esplanade, and I'm pretty sure that this is a golf lot because the fees in here were about $936 a month. So you can figure most of that was probably for HOA dues. Now what we're going to do is go over and look at the Esplanade at Azario home for a sample, so you can see what that community looks like and what their homes are selling for inside the gates. We also had a total of 16 homes that sold in Esplanade at Azario. Now, I will say this, I ran the numbers for an average sale price. In the original Esplanade, the average sale price between the 1 and 3 million price point was 1.419119, and the average in the Esplanade at Azario was $1,465,838. So let's go take a look at Esplanade at Azario. So this particular home in Esplanade at Azario recently sold. The list price on it was $1,900,000 and it closed at $1,750,000. It is 3,050 square feet. It is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath home. And it is on the golf course. Now this is the Palazzo model, so they do have golf privileges with this particular home, and the HOA dues in here for golf on that particular lot on the Palazzo model is going to run $636 a month. Now, both of these Esplanade communities, the original Esplanade and Esplanade Azario, are very amenity rich. They both have the clubhouses, the restaurants, the bars, the nice resort style pool, the pickleball, the tennis. So they have quite a bit going on in both of these communities. They both have social directors. So activities are very high on the list if you decide you want to make an Esplanade type product your home. Esplanade is a Taylor Morrison product. It's built by Taylor Morrison, and they have kind of taken the name as Esplanade to mean resort style living. So that's our top. That comes in at the number 5 spot for the 2 Esplanades. Now we're going to go see number 4. So coming in on number 4 on our list of top 5 communities between the $1 million and $3 million price range here over the last 6 months in Lakewood Ranch is one of my favorite communities, Lakewood Ranch Country Club. Now, Lakewood Ranch Country Club is very established. There is no new building going on in that community. It was completed, I'd say, around 2005, 2006. So while the homes are going to be a little bit older in there, there's a lot of character. The foliage in the trees and the moss hanging from these big majestic oak trees is just absolutely wonderful. The community is a very tight-knit community. I think that there's a lot of friendships made in here, and I feel like this is one of the best-selling communities in Lakewood Ranch, mainly because it centers around Lakewood Ranch Golf and Country Club. Now, for those of you that might be new to the channel, Lakewood Ranch Golf and Country Club membership has nothing to do with living inside the gates at Lakewood Ranch Country Club. They're 2 separate things. So if you want to be a member, you can join, but you are not obligated to be a member in Lakewood Ranch if you have a home in Lakewood Ranch Country Club. Now, another thing to note is that some of the HOA dues in Lakewood Ranch Country Club are very inexpensive. And I'm talking like $134, $140 a year. So that means that there's no add-ons to what you're getting. There's no lawn care or anything. All you're getting that coverage for is for the security gates and the man gates that they have that operate at a couple of different entry points inside Lakewood Ranch Country Club. But if you wanted to join Lakewood Ranch Country Club, you could do that, and you can do it in several different membership forms. You can join just as a social member, and if you did that, you'd have access to the lodge, which is in Country Club East, and you'd also have access to the main country club inside the main gates here at Lakewood Ranch Country Club. If you wanted to do a fitness social membership, that would include the pickleball, the tennis, the exercise facility, the lap pool, all of that would be included. And then if you wanted to join with golf, you can do that as well. And now they have 4 golf clubs under their membership umbrella because they have purchased Legacy, which used to be a public course and is no longer a public course. They're in the process of redoing Legacy Golf Course. But that is going to be part of membership inside Lakewood Ranch Country Club. Now, there used to be a wait to get in to be able to join, but that has opened up because of the purchase of Legacy. Now, the country club was recently sold. It closed in, I think it was January or February of 2024, so it is under new ownership. I am a member there, and the new ownership seems to be doing a fine job. You always have questions when there's turnover, but so far so good for the membership side of it. Now, the house that we're going to go see here inside the gates at Lakewood Ranch Country Club is a home that was built in 2005. So you know that these homes, like I said, are going to be a little bit older. This one is a 4-bedroom, 4-bath home. It's 4,487 square feet. It was listed for $2,095,000, and it sold for $2,030,000, and it was only on the market for 20 days. So number 3 in our list of home sales for the last 6 months here in the Lakewood Ranch area between $1 million and $3 million comes Country Club East. So Country Club East is the sister development to Country Club West, or otherwise known as Lakewood Ranch Country Club, because Country Club East is just east of Country Club West off of Lorraine Road. So this community was started in about 2010 after the completion of Country Club West, and we had a total of 24 home sales here in the last 6 months that fell within that price range, and the average price of those homes was $1,641,040. Now, Country Club East is a little bit different because we do have our own amenity center in here. We have several pools. We have a resort-style pool at the main retreat area. Then we also have a dog park. We have an exercise facility. So those are part of ownership within the gates of Country Club East. But remember how I said that they were a sister development to Country Club West, and that's because one of the golf courses and the clubhouse and the lodge restaurant is located inside the gates of Country Club East, should you decide to be a member of Lakewood Ranch Golf and Country Club. So one of the golf courses is in here, one of the clubhouses, one of the restaurants is inside the gates of Country Club East. Country Club East has a bunch of different builders that built in the neighborhood. Neal Communities built their Neal Signature homes in here. Then we had John Cannon, Lee Wetherington, Arthur Ruttenberg, and we also had Lennar building homes in here, as well as Cardell. When we go back over to the Country Club West, they had a lot of the same builders over there. It is not a one builder community like the two Esplanades where it was only Taylor Morrison. There is a variety of builders inside the gates of Country Club East and inside the gates of Country Club West, which will not be the same as our last two that make this list. Now, inside these individual neighborhoods, as in Country Club West and Country Club East, there's individual small neighborhoods. So one neighborhood might have an HOA fee that's a little bit different than the other neighborhood, but generally speaking, the HOA dues are about a little over $400 a month for most of the properties that are inside the gates at Country Club East. There is a master membership, and then each individual neighborhood has their own HOA fees. So this is one of the homes that closed during that time period. This home is a 4,042 square foot. It is a 4-bedroom, 4-bath. This one was built by John Cannon. It was listed at $2,325,000 and it closed for $2,150,000. Now this home does sit on the golf course and has a beautiful golf course view, and that view is looking out to the west. Let me take a brief moment right here just to ask you if you wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel if you haven't already done so, and ring that little notification bell so that each time I put on a video that you'll be notified. It really does help the channel grow. I really do appreciate those of you that have subscribed and appreciate the value that we bring to the Living in Lakewood Ranch YouTube channel. So if you can help out by clicking that subscribe button, it would be much appreciated. So let's get back to the rest of the video. So just as a short recap so far, right now we've had the two Esplanades come in at 5th place. Both of those had a total of 16 sales each. Then we had Lakewood Ranch Country Club, and it had 19 sales. Then we had Country Club East, and we had a total of 24 sales in there. So coming in at the second spot for Lakewood Ranch between the price of $1 million and $3 million is the Isles. Now the Isles is all built by Toll Brothers. They developed the community. They're the only builders that are in the Isles, and they started about 3.5, maybe 4 years ago building in the community. They still have some new sales being carried out now. They still are active in the building department, and they still have some incentives going on should the Isles be more suited to your needs. Now, they do not have a golf course in there. So it's one of the communities that we're talking about today that doesn't have a golf course, and there is one more of those. We haven't gotten to that one yet. But they do have the clubhouse and the fitness center and the pool and those kind of things. It is a gated community, and the Isles sits between Masters Avenue to the north and University Parkway to the south, and it's located right next door to Lake Club. So I want to take you in and show you this particular home in the Isles so you can see what their houses are looking like and give a feel for that community. So in the Isles, we had a total of 27 sales over the last 6 months with an average price of $1,351,173. Now the home that you see here is one of the recent sales here in the community, and this is an Oregon model. It's 3,202 square feet. It is a 4-bedroom, 4-bath home, and this home sold for $1,575,000. It was listed at $1,645,000. Took 77 days to go under contract, and this home was built in 2019. So coming in at the top spot for the houses that were between $1 million and $3 million over the last 6 months for Lakewood Ranch happens to be Lake Club. So Lake Club had a total of 29 sales, and the average sale price in Lake Club was $2,155,377. Now, if you don't know, Lake Club is really divided up into a couple of sections. There's the Genoa section, which is the one that was just completed, and Genoa was bought by stock development. So all of the homes in the Genoa section of Lake Club are stock. But the remaining part of the Lake Club is built by builders like John Cannon, Lee Weatherington, Arthur Ruttenberg. I think there's some Nutter Construction. All of the high-end builders built in Lake Club, thus why we have such a high sales price. Now, the Lake Club is basically sold out, although in the Anchorage Place section, which is a gated section within Lake Club, they do have, I think, 3 or 4 more homes that are available. Now, those homes start at $5.5 million and go up. They're quite large, over 4,500 to 5,000 square feet and up. But what I wanted to tell you about Lake Club is there is no golf course in there, and a lot of people that live in Lake Club are members at Lakewood Ranch Golf and Country Club. But they do have a great set of tennis courts. They have 6 tennis courts, I think it's 6. They have pickleball courts. They have a really nice clubhouse, exercise facility, a large resort pool, and a nice restaurant, clubhouse, bar area. So here's one of the recent homes that sold here in Lake Club. Now this is a Lee Weatherington home. This is a custom home. It was listed at $2,595,000, sold at $2,550,000. It has 3,460 square feet of living space, and it is a 3-bedroom, 3.5-bath home. So I'm also assuming that you know that all of these homes do come with pools at these prices. Most everybody here in most of these higher end communities do have pools, although there are a few that might be new construction that the buyers elected not to put a pool in when they made the original purchase, and we're planning on adding it afterwards or letting the next buyer make that decision. So that rounds out our top 5 selling communities between $1 million and $3 million here in the Lakewood Ranch area. So just as a brief recap, tied for 5th were the 2 Esplanade communities, the original Esplanade, then Esplanade at Azario. Then coming in at 4th place was Lakewood Ranch Country Club. Coming in at 3rd place was Country Club East. 2nd place was the Isle, which is the Toll Brothers community, and number 1 is the Lake Club. So I hope you got value out of this video. And like I said before, if you would just click that little subscribe button, ding the little bell. It would really help out the channel and let other people who are considering Lakewood Ranch for their home a possible choice, that they would be able to see this video as well. And if you happen to live here in the Lakewood Ranch area, I'd love to talk to you if you're considering relocating or changing neighborhoods or actually going to a different place. So I'm going to put my contact information down in the link below, and if you're new to the area and you want some help, or if you've been established here for a number of years, I'd love to help you out as well also. Mark Boehmig, Michael Saunders and Company.